More news and the latest from AccuWeather straight ahead.
KDKA-TV News at 6 starts right now.
Right now at 6, an accident involving a pedestrian and a Port Authority bus. A woman is hit downtown during the afternoon rush hour.
And only on KDKA, the money has been there for 2 years. So why are Allegheny County Sheriff's deputies' gas masks more than 2 decades old?
Now, KDKA-TV News at 6.
Good evening. We are following some breaking news. 2 firefighters are under arrest.
Both are accused of setting fires in the community they volunteer to protect. KDKA's Jessica Borg is live with details. Jess, tell us about this.
Well, Patrice, in the past 3 months, there have been at least 5 fires in vacant homes in Mount Oliver. One just last weekend. This has been very frustrating for neighbors and very much a mystery. And tonight, they may have some answers. County police say 2 firefighters from Mount Oliver are responsible for setting these fires. Robert Mortimer, a 25-year-old captain with the Mount Oliver Fire Department, and Francis Kessner, a 19-year-old volunteer firefighter. They were arrested and charged with arson as well as other related offenses. County police, Mount Oliver police, and the county fire marshal say this was a joint investigation that led to these arrests, and they spoke tonight about what the motive might be here, why a firefighter would possibly set a fire himself.
Well, we find this in the past that the volunteer firemen do set fires to call attention to themselves, their department. And it's unfortunate because of all the great volunteer firemen that you have out there, and then you have a couple who, do things like this.
And fortunately, in this particular case, none of these led to any very serious injuries or loss of life. However, each and every one of them became more brazen, and also we did incur some injuries. There was injuries to innocent folks, as well as a couple firefighters during the course of putting out these fires.
Now, the county fire marshal went on to talk about how devastating it is to discover members of the department setting these fires. However rare these cases may be, they do happen, sometimes with fatal results. You may recall back in 2001, 3 people were killed in a fire set by West Mifflin firefighters. And that same year, an elderly woman was killed in a fire set by North Braddock firefighters. Also, a few months later in 2001, a firefighter from the Mon Valley was arrested for setting a field on fire. Now, the county fire marshal says they do not take these actions very lightly. They say they're even more aggressive investigating when they think one of their own is to blame, and they're trying to be proactive, talking with new recruits like just last week about the effects of setting these fires, the ramifications, and how deceiving it is to the department and to the public that they are there to serve. We are live outside the county police headquarters. I'm Jessica Borg, KDKA-TV News.
Also, this story was breaking at the peak of rush hour traffic downtown. A pedestrian was hit by a Port Authority bus. The bus was the 51E heading to West Mifflin. The woman was hit on Ross Street around 4:30 as the bus was making a left-hand turn from 4th Avenue onto Ross Street.
I'm looking straight ahead, and I see the woman walking across the street on a green light right in the middle of the intersection. This bus come flying down here and just made a turn. The woman put her hands up, screaming, whoa, 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 and started backing up, and he just kept coming and hit her.
That woman was taken to Mercy Hospital. Her condition is unknown at this moment.
What's wrong with this picture? Only a long-sleeve shirt on a day like today? Well, he wasn't alone. Several people took advantage of the 20-degree change in temperature, and they left their coats and jackets and scarves indoors. But you don't have to go far to be reminded of this week's big snowstorm. Mounds of snow are still wrapped around cars, still slowly dripping away. Even the snowmen are starting to shrink and melt.
But there's not much melting along the rivers, and right now that is probably a good thing. There is a heightened concern tonight about the possibility of rain and rising floodwaters.
We've been in contact with the Red Cross, and we've had a lot of people volunteer to help us clear our basement and remove our patients, the ones that are in wheelchairs and that.
And action plans are being made by people everywhere worried about the potential for flooding. And while they prepare, the experts are watching the weather and the water, trying to predict the flood danger. John Shumway is live now at the National Weather Service in Pittsburgh with more. John?
Yeah, Stacy, the situation is a lot of people have been saying it's going to be like the flood in '96. Not probably going to be the case. Back in '96, the waters here at the confluence actually got up into Point State Park. This time, that is highly unlikely to happen. It all depends on the track of the storm that's now coming out of Mexico, and even the National Weather Service says it's too early to tell. Now, as we took a live look from News Chopper 2, which is right now over the area of McKeesport, you're looking down on the confluence of the Yaak and the Mon. That is one of the areas they are going to be keenly concerned about as we head on through the weekend and the storms move in, because there's an awful lot of ice on the Yaak, and they're concerned that could break free, come up, and cause problems in the McKeesport area. There are a lot of areas they'll be keeping a close eye on throughout the area, but the key thing is to keep an eye on the storm.
With a super blanket of snow just waiting to melt and ice on our rivers, the conditions are perfect for flooding. The key, the approaching storm.
I think the low wind here or the low wind to the south could mean very different, forecast. We can say there's a great deal of uncertainty in the track of that low pressure center.
But what everyone living along our rivers should be hoping for is that the storm tracks through Ohio.
The farther to the west that it tracks, we'll get warmer air, probably less rain.
Here's why that's preferable. Snow left just to melt with heat alone melts very slowly, reducing the risk of flooding. But douse it with rain and the runoff is instantaneous and flooding likely.
My best guess right now would be that the heaviest rain is going to be just to our north and west.
Again, the track is critical. While a northern route might spare the Cheat Basin and Mon Valley, if it douses the Allegheny Valley, it could cause ice to break loose and cause jams. Either way, any river flooding probably won't occur before Sunday.
Smaller streams will overrun their banks rather quickly, and so we might have some local flooding, but the river flooding generally takes a little more time.
Concerns like the barge companies are already taking steps to get ready for it. They've been actually moving some of their barges over so that they didn't have so many sticking out in the river in case they do have a heavy flow of water coming down as the weekend continues. As for the flood here, if we get one this weekend, the size of the flood, they're saying worst case scenario, maybe we're talking 1 to 2 feet of water above flood stage. If that happens, looking back across at the point, you may get water up around the fountain, but it certainly isn't going to be that significant. Lower lying areas, and you know the traditional areas that flood, you do need to be concerned about that if we get a southern flow, we get a lot of rain in the Cheat Basin or in the Mon Valley. Either of those, you know the areas that are quickly flooded, you're going to have to keep an eye out. And again, 24 hours from now, we'll know where this is going, and it'll be right on the doorstep at that point. Live on the North Shore, John Shumway, KDKA-TV News.
And the cost of cleaning up after the President's Day storm has cities and townships looking for extra money from the state. Waynesburg in Greene County is spending anywhere from $10,000 to $15,000 to clear 2 feet of snow. It is a major hit to their budget, and it may be more than the budget can take. Waynesburg is not alone. The state is already helping some areas clear and treat roads. Governor Rendell declared a snow emergency, letting PennDOT assist. It would take an official emergency declaration, though, to start putting money into the communities. The next step would be for the governor to ask FEMA for federal help, and so far, he has not made that request. Here is an idea of how much the storm is also affecting budgets. In Westmoreland County, North Huntington Township managed to keep its salt trucks and salt bins stocked, but it did cost a lot. It kept receiving deliveries from 3 vendors at a high price. Last month alone, the township spent $100,000 on salt. That is twice what they spent last year. Add in overtime costs for truck drivers, and the amount just keeps going up.
And now that we're finally seeing the pavement again, we are seeing some potholes. The tire-killing kind of pothole. You go down just about any street, and they're hard to avoid. Pittsburgh City Works Director Guy Costa tells us the holes in the road are especially bad since the winter storm and the freeze-thaw effect. Now today, city crews did go out to patch as many as they could. With the warm-up, they are expecting that they can get even more filled. And if you see a pothole that needs to be fixed, contact the city at 412-255-2621. For potholes on state roads, you can contact PennDOT's pothole hotline, 800-FIX-ROAD.
Coming up.
Pretty hard to take. It looks like there's nothing left to it.
A horrifying ordeal for a family whose house went up in flames. Even more frightening, they couldn't find the son.
And what was the odor in Monroeville that forced 100 people out into the cold?
And local emergency workers get a shot in the arm, but how will it help fight terrorism?
No worries outside right now. Clear skies and 37 degrees, but there are worries about the weekend. Coming up in the AccuWeather forecast, I'll let you know when the rain gets here, how long it's going to last, and how much we potentially might get. All the details in the AccuWeather forecast in a few minutes. Stick around.
Tonight at 11, last week we showed you the audition tape that won Jenna a spot on Survivor. Now see the ones from people who didn't make it.
I will outwit, outplay.
He don't got nothing on me.
Check it out tonight on KDKA-TV News at 11.
Get the best sports programming with cable on ESPN, Fox Sportsnet, ESPN2, the Speed Channel, plus many more. Get 30 days of standard cable free, plus 30 days of digital service free, plus 30 days of HBO free, 30 days free. Call now.
It's Levin's President's Sale. Pay absolutely nothing and no interest charges for 18 months, plus an extra 10% in bonus furniture this week at Levin's.
Rockabye, sweet baby Jane.
The man and his music.
I've seen fire and I've seen
James Taylor's coming. The October Road 2003 tour. Friday, July 25th at Post-Gazette Pavilion. A night of all his best. Tickets go on sale this Monday at 10 a.m. James Taylor, a Clear Channel Entertainment event.
Looking for the best deal on a used Chevy and Pittsburgh's best 100,000-mile protection package? Kenny Ross has it, and Penny's exclusive 100-month, 100,000-mile limited warranty on new cars and trucks at no extra charge. The #1 selling Chevy Cavalier is only $169 a month, or lease a new Chevy Blazer 4x4 for only $249 a month with no money down. This week at Kenny Ross.
Get the best sports programming with cable on ESPN, Fox Sportsnet, ESPN2, the Speed Channel, plus many more. Get 30 days of standard cable free, plus 30 days of digital service free, plus 30 days of HBO free, 30 days.
This is KDKA-TV News at 6 with Patrice King Brown, Stacy Smith, and your AccuWeather forecast from Jeff Vizzella.
It was a terrifying night for a Westmoreland County family. They got a phone call that they're saying that their house was on fire, and then they couldn't reach their son who had been staying in that house. Morning News anchor Bruce Pompiani has the details.
News Chopper 2 over the scene in Luxor, Westmoreland County, where flames ripped through the roof of a 100-year-old home. The sounds of sirens and the flashing lights from 7 different fire companies woke Betty Godfrey next door.
And there was, 10, 15 feet. Flames shooting out of the roof. Well, I panicked. I didn't know what I should do.
Betty grabbed her coat and ran outside, but there was little she or anyone else could do. Kevin and Jean Griffin and their 7 children watched a lifetime of dreams go up in smoke. Fortunately, the Griffins have been living in another house while in the process of remodeling this one. They had already finished 4 bedrooms and were about to start on the kitchen.
Pretty hard to take. It looks like there's nothing left to it.
The fire apparently started in that upstairs bedroom, and that's where Griffin's son had been staying during the remodeling process. For about an hour and a half this morning, nobody knew where he was. They thought he might have been trapped inside. But they finally tracked him down at a friend's house.
It was a big concern. It's just a real relief that everybody was safe.
The fire marshal still isn't sure what sparked the flames. Ask Griffin, and it really doesn't matter.
The house can be rebuilt, okay? My family, I'm done, okay? I can't rebuild my family. You can never replace your kids.
Bruce Pompiani, KDKA-TV News.
Coming up.
A strange odor sets off alarms, causing an emergency evacuation for more than 100 people in Monroeville.
Construction is about to begin again on the Fort Pitt Bridge and Tunnel, and the detour details have a community concerned.
And it may look and feel a little like spring. Jeff Vizzella has the latest AccuWeather forecast, though, which calls for some rain.
Tomorrow at 5.
I get migraines. My wife gets migraines.
But adults aren't the only ones who get these painful headaches.
It usually feels like a hammer beating on my head.
Kids like Brianna get them too. So what causes migraines in kids? And what are doctors doing to help them? Watch Dr. Maria's special health team report tomorrow at 5.
South Hills Chrysler Jeep. Buy a Jeep Liberty starting at $239 with no money down. Includes South Hills no-charge $2,000 service plan and $2,000 best price guarantee. Until Monday at South Hills Chrysler Jeep.
Hey, I thought you were mowing.
I'll get the groceries.
Thanks.
Okay. I got it, no problem. Yes. All in one trip.
Did you get the bags in the back seat?
Thought we were on a budget.
We are.
Get a lot without paying a lot.
Make every day taste better.
Oh, I am a tough customer. I know what I want. And when I'm ready to buy carpet, I want expert advice. That's why I came to Roth. They had the carpet I wanted at the price I wanted.
Save on carpet made with Anso nylon. Tough by nature, fashionable by design. Now get 3 rooms of carpet for just $6.99. Installed in 6 days, or it's free. And now through Monday, get free 6-pound pad with your installation. Plus our low price guarantee. Only at Roth.
South Hills Chrysler Jeep. Buy a Chrysler minivan starting at $249, no money down. Includes South Hills no-charge 2 grand service plan and 2 grand best price guarantee. Until Monday at South Hills Chrysler Jeep.
It's what you want, what you need, it's everything you ever dreamed. It's where you wanna go. It's where you wanna be. The club, the bay, and everything in between.
St. Petersburg Clearwater, Florida's beach. For hot deals in the St. Petersburg Clearwater area, visit floridasbeach.com today.
The Allegheny County Coroner says he's going to take a second look at the death of a man in police custody nearly 4 years ago. It is a case that he originally ruled as suicide, but in light of requests from the man's family and local activist groups, Dr. Cyril Weck says he's going to conduct an open inquest. Harold Hayes is live downtown now with the latest. Harold?
Stacy, Dr. Weck's decision comes at a time when his office is still involved in an ongoing inquest into the death of a man in Mount Oliver police custody just last December. And the friends and family of both men staged a demonstration this morning in front of the Mount Oliver Borough building.
What do we want? Justice! What do we need? Justice!
The latest case prompting this demonstration is the death of then 24-year-old Damian Jordan, whose death back in 1999 was ruled a suicide. Police reported he hanged himself in his Mount Oliver holding cell. Jordan was in jail on charges he threatened to set his girlfriend's apartment on fire after a domestic dispute with her. But while not discussing specifics of that case, the girlfriend and mother of his child, Summer Edmonds, says she can't believe that scenario. You don't believe Damian was capable of suicide?
No, definitely not. I mean, come on, his son, his firstborn, his only son, you know, he said, you know, this is the best thing that ever happened to him.
The boy, Jaleel, is now 5 years old. Friends and family also say the original coroner's report refers to blunt force trauma. They want a further explanation.
The blunt force trauma definitely contributed in no way to the death. That's not an issue in this case, Harold. There is no question but that death was due to hanging. The question that we'll be concerned with is it a clear-cut suicidal hanging? Is there any evidence to suggest that he was beaten and so on? So, you know, there's more than one question to be answered. There's more than one issue to be resolved.
Meantime, the family of Charles Dixon, whose death is the subject of an inquest that resumes next month, stood in support of the Jordan inquest.
It would be really good if we can get justice for all these cases.
No comment so far from Mount Oliver officials on the decision to have that open inquest in the Jordan death. Reporting live downtown, Harold Hayes, KDKA-TV News.
An unusual odor forced 150 people to evacuate a facility for the mentally challenged. It happened this morning in Monroeville along Seco Road. And as soon as the odor was detected, the staff at the Allegheny East Mental Health Mental Retardation Facility immediately contacted the fire department. Firefighters decided to evacuate the building and move everyone to a nearby fire hall. No one was seriously injured, but parents had some scary moments.
What's going on, you know, until you come up and see for yourself, you know.
I wasn't home, and I just walked in, and I seen the message, but my phone rang immediately, and I picked it up, and the girl says there was an emergency at the building.
The Allegheny East facility will remain closed tomorrow as a precaution.
Well, we are less than 5 days away from the start of Part 2 of the Fort Pitt project and the detours around it. Work on the outbound side was wrapped up just a couple of months ago. Now it is time for the inbound side. The first closures start on Monday, and it has some people concerned about where that traffic is going to go. So this evening on Mount Washington, the community is meeting at 7 with representatives from PennDOT. They are going to discuss the different detours and also increase traffic through the area because of those detours. The inbound tunnel closures start overnight Monday through Friday from 10 in the evening until 6 in the morning. For more on these detours, you can go to our website, KDKA.com. Well, maybe because we're going into the detour season, it's a sign of spring somewhere down the road.
I know, and the sun today sure says that the spring is coming soon, sometime. Anyway, here's Jeff Rizella with a look at the AccuWeather forecast, because we understand some rain's in the forecast. Hey, Jeff?
Yeah, it's still a good 24 hours or better away in terms of when that rain will arrive locally. So we're working a pretty decent evening and a pretty decent day again tomorrow. Early this evening, AccuWeather forecasting for clear skies, 34 degrees. By wake up tomorrow morning, temperatures will drop back below freezing, which does pose a problem with anything that was wet in terms of pavement or roadways today. Could refreeze overnight tonight, but we will wake up with some sunshine tomorrow. That'll start fading behind clouds by midday tomorrow, with temperatures in the mid-30s, eventually climbing above 40 for highs tomorrow. Today, the high hit 39 degrees after a morning low of 20, pretty close to the averages of 40 and 23. Sunset time tonight, officially 2 minutes after 6 o'clock. At present, we're at 37 degrees with a clear sky, humidity 50%. Surface winds are out of the south at 5. Barometer continues to fall slightly from 30.22, and the dew point right now is at 20. We check some neighborhood temperatures in Allegheny County first. Wexford, you're at 37. Bridgeville, 38. Also 38 degrees in Penn Hills. All 3 locations reporting clear skies as of the 6 o'clock hour. Same situation as we head into Westmoreland County. Clear skies, 37 for you in Export, 37 in Latrobe, and 38 degrees in Mount Pleasant. With these clear skies, temperatures will start dropping over the course of the next couple of hours. A good setup for radiational cooling tonight. One of the ingredients that goes into that is clear skies, and they've been clear all day. And with good atmospheric stability tonight and sinking air, AccuWeather's forecast stay clear through the overnight period. As a result, again, temperatures will drop through the 20s. Clarion will see a low of 20, Monaca 22, Greensburg 23, and Morgantown, your overnight low, 25 degrees. In the next 24 hours, that area of high pressure works its way away, and southwesterly winds will start blowing tomorrow. That's going to bring temperatures back into the 40s, but it's also going to bring a good deal of moisture north out of the Gulf of Mexico. That will lead to initially an increase in clouds, and then the rain line will start to work its way north. Looks like by this time tomorrow it still should be south of Morgantown, and locally here the rain probably won't arrive until after 9 o'clock tomorrow, so well after dark. A look at the bigger picture shows the actual storm center is now just down to the west of El Paso. That'll start lifting into the Tennessee River Valley by tomorrow evening, and eventually into the Ohio River Valley on Saturday. And it looks like we'll probably go through several hours during the day on Saturday when we'll be seeing steady rain. If that low tracks within 50 or 60 miles of Pittsburgh, look for the rain to be heavy at times. And right now, AccuWeather forecasting rain amounts on the order of 1 inch with this particular storm system. Then as it moves north, cold air wraps around and rain will change over to snow by Sunday. So your AccuWeather forecast tonight, mostly clear and chilly, 22 the low temperature. Then for tomorrow, sunshine early in the day will fade behind clouds as the afternoon wears on, but temperatures will be mild, 44 the high. Then for tomorrow night, rain arrives mid to late evening after 9 o'clock. Patchy fog will form overnight as well, 37 the low temperature. And your AccuWeather 5-day forecast Saturday looks to be a soaker. Steady rain throughout much of the day. Some of the rain could be heavy at times. 42 the high temperature, then cold air wraps around and rain may change over to some snow showers and flurries on Sunday, 35. Chance for a few snow showers Monday, 28, and Tuesday partly sunny and a high of 25. And as we head through the weekend, first thing to watch would be streams and creeks Saturday with the initial potential flooding problems. And then if water levels are to rise on rivers, that won't happen until Sunday. There's a bit of a lag, 24 hours or so for the lag to get to the rivers.
Okay, thanks very much, Jeff.
There is a new law that you need to know about before you buckle up your children in the car. Coming up next, KD consumer editor Yvonne Zanos tells you why some people have been trying to have that law put on hold.
The Allegheny County Sheriff says that his deputies are using masks that are 30 years old, and the county won't let him replace them. What's that all about? I'm John Delano, and I'll have that story coming up.
And this is Bob Pompiani live in Mellon Arena. The Penguins tonight facing the hottest team in the National Hockey League. The Colorado Avalanche have not lost in 13 games in a row. Paul Steigerwald and I will break this game down for you. Plus, David Littlefield may not be done spending yet. We'll have that story and more coming up tonight, 6:45 in the KDKA-TV Sports Report.
CBS Thursday will keep you guessing. Last week, the Survivor Battle of the Sexes began, and the men lost.
It's pathetic.
Will the women keep kicking butt? An all-new Survivor. Then, where this police chase ends, a bizarre new case begins.
Not human. Could be from a bat. They don't bite, do they?
The smash hit CSI, and a bride disappears from her wedding.
Something in this family isn't right.
But that's only the beginning. All new Survivor, CSI, and Without a Trace, CBS tonight.
Test drive a 3 Series at your authorized BMW center.
Introducing the Variations Freedom Package from Verizon. Go ahead, nothing's stopping you. Make all the calls you want. With unlimited calling, feel free to call anytime to anyone. Across town, across state, or across the country, even to Canada. No time restrictions, no limits on who you can call. Plus 5 services, including caller ID and home voicemail, all on one bill.
Call 1-800-858-1702 to sign up for just under $60 a month. You'll save over $240 every year.
And save more when you sign up for wireless and DSL.
Call 1-800-858-1702 for the freedom of unlimited calling.
So what's stopping you?
Verizon. Make progress every day.
Why is Kenny Ross the best place to buy a used car?
Because Kenny's used cars are scream pups.
And Kenny Ross is the #1 quality certified used vehicle dealer in Pennsylvania. A loaded 2002 Ford Taurus sedan is only $11,996. And a 2002 Ford Windstar LX with DVD is only $16,996. Plus 6 years, 75,000-mile coverage. Kenny Ross with 5 locations in Irwin, Somerset, Cranberry, and Castle Shannon.
Well, tomorrow the state's new booster seat law will take effect. That means all children from the age of 4 to 8 have to be put in booster seats when riding in the car. There were several moves to try to unbuckle that law, at least temporarily, but consumer editor Yvonne Zanos says at this point it is still a go. Yvonne's now live with more.
That's right, Stacy. Last week we told you about Senate Bill 274, an effort to delay the booster seat law for 6 months. Well, that bill won't hit the floor of the Senate until next week, and it's got an amendment that would delay the law only for school vans. So parents, get ready. Children 4 through 7 must be in booster seats starting tomorrow. The law is age-specific. It does not address the size of the child, and it does not address the problem many parents are having with cars that are incompatible with the law.
Obviously, there are people that may only have one vehicle that doesn't hold their whole family with car seats and boosters. In this car, they do not fit, the 3 of them together, because there's only 2 seatbelts in the back.
PennDOT still hasn't written the regs for the law, which will most likely address some of the obvious problems. But in the meantime, if you get pulled over for speeding or any primary offense and you are in violation of the booster law, it will be up to the police officer whether you get a $100 fine or just a warning. Reporting from the newsroom, I'm Yvonne Zanos.
Next at 6:30, a story you only see on KDKA. In this time of heightened security, Allegheny County Sheriff's deputies are using old and broken gas masks, and the sheriff is pointing the blame at the county executive. You'll hear both sides of that story.
This is the only store that we have around here, and it's terrible.
The only convenience store in one community goes up in flames.
Plus, it's an idea that some say could save Pittsburgh millions of dollars, but will the city and county agree to do it?
The following is a public notice. A 3-day massive pre-auction used car event is making Pittsburgh history this week. Hundreds of vehicles normally auctioned are being offered to the general public. Prices start at just $69. Lease returns, executive demos, cars, trucks, vans, and SUVs all ready for immediate delivery. The site chosen for this massive price slasher event is across from the Allegheny County Airport on Lebanon Church Road at Century 3 Chevrolet. Call the massive price slasher hotline for pre-registration and event information. Used cars from $69. Don't miss it.
Nobody does it better.
There has
There's never been a better time to buy new flooring for your home. Come to Russmer Floors Carpet One now and save big on DuPont Stainmaster Carpet. Only $269 a square foot installed. You don't want to miss these savings. DuPont Stainmaster Carpets with superior stain and soil protection. Hurry, sale ends Monday. Family owned in your hometown. Russmer Floors Carpet One. You stand on our good name every day.
College costs are skyrocketing. I recommend we put you in Pennsylvania's TAP 529 program. College savings presently grow federal and Pennsylvania tax-free. Save for college at almost any private or public college in the country. And there are many new investment options to choose from. It's all right here.
Pennsylvania's TAP 529. Call, go online, or talk with your financial advisor.
So, what do you think?
Sounds like a plan, honey.
What is the Subaru all-wheel drive away? It's financing as low as 0% on the all-wheel drive Outback, 0% on the all-wheel drive WRX, 0% on the all-wheel drive Legacy, and 0.9 on the all-wheel drive Forester. Every Subaru is built with all-wheel drive, and every Subaru is at an all-time low through February 28th. So head to the Subaru all-wheel drive away for incredible deals on every Subaru today.
Welcome back to KDKA-TV News.
It was a breaking story at the beginning of our newscast. 2 Mount Oliver firefighters have been arrested.
They are accused of setting a series of fires in the community they volunteer to protect. And over the past 3 months, authorities have investigated at least 5 fires in vacant homes in that area. Investigators say the suspect's motive may have been to call attention to themselves or to their fire department.
If bioterrorists were to strike in Allegheny County, the sheriff's office says its 150 deputies would not be of much help. That is because the gas masks they use are old and broken. Now, the money to buy new ones apparently is caught in a dispute between County Executive Jim Rotti and Sheriff Pete DeFazio. Money and political editor John Delano has the story that you will only see on KDKA.
Check out the gas masks in the Allegheny County Sheriff's Office, and well...
Yeah, it kind of falls apart at this point. This mask right here is completely useless. It won't protect you at all. So the deputy sheriff that would have to wear this is going to definitely be overcome with whatever agents are in the air. I mean, it's totally ineffective.
No surprise. It turns out the masks are over 30 years old. But with an orange alert, where are the new ones?
In the current state of heightened security in the United States of America, it's a disgrace that the right administration wants to play politics with people's lives.
The sheriff has a $100,000 state grant to upgrade emergency equipment, but he says Jim Rotti won't release his money.
He has been overspending by more than $5 million in the last 2 years and should be applied to the budget. He has attempted to make it a national defense issue.
Should the sheriff's 157 deputies be part of Allegheny County's anti-terrorism efforts? Well, yes, says a state law passed last November. But does Rotti want the sheriff's help?
Absolutely, and we've urged that for 3 years. The sheriff has not participated in it as attempted to go his own way.
It's easy to dismiss all this as just politics between Jim Rotti and Pete DeFazio. But both of them say that some things are more important than politics, like anti-terrorism efforts. So this is one dispute that just might be worked out. At the sheriff's office, I'm John Delano, KDKA-TV News.
Pennsylvania Lieutenant Governor Catherine Baker Knowles says if an attack would happen here, Pennsylvania would be ready. And she says while there is no new information at this point, Homeland Security Secretary Tom Ridge assured her that we are not going to a red alert. Today, Baker Knowles addressed members of an anti-terrorism task force at the Allegheny County Emergency Operations Center in Pittsburgh.
I think the citizens are probably pretty well prepared because they've gone through this, and I think they're ready for it. As far as more equipment and newer equipment, yes, that's in the process. We are bringing that, with the additions to our budget.
The Lieutenant Governor says that over the next month, a $3.5 billion federal aid package will provide communication, detection, and protective equipment in case of a biologic or chemical attack.
Well, neighbors say it is a big loss to their community. Fire destroyed a longtime corner store that also served as a neighborhood gathering place. Bob Allen has the story from Lincoln Limington.
City firefighters could not stop the intense flames and heat from destroying the open pantry market at Lincoln and Leamington this morning.
The roof rafters and general construction was very light and failed very quickly. That forced us to use our evacuation signals and remove all crews from the building.
The cause of the fire is under investigation. Owner Marilyn Haley is thankful she wasn't trapped inside.
I would have been here and opened that door at 9 o'clock. I would have not known that there was a fire in there. So I have a lot to be thankful for.
People in the neighborhood could only watch as the fire destroyed the only store within walking distance.
This is the only store that we have around here. And it's terrible for this tragic to happen.
It's like a little giant eagle. If everything we need is right in that store. Now we're just talking about how we're going to get cigarettes and, you know, a lot of people don't have bus fare every day.
Haley has been operating the market since 1981. She survived while other businesses in the neighborhood shut down. Now her store is added to the list.
That's what's tragic, the fact that one fire closes down the whole business district in a community of this size. That's the tragedy.
The owner says she has no plans to reopen. If that happens, neighbors say it'll create a hardship for many people who have been depending on this business for years. In Lincoln, Leamington, Bob Allen, KDKA-TV News.
Allegheny County Executive Jim Rotte says he has a plan to save the city up to $10 million. However, Pittsburgh Mayor Tom Murphy says it may just be politics. At a news conference this afternoon, Rotte said the city could save money by joining with the county in purchasing certain supplies and sharing some training facilities.
And sign painting shops. Those could be consolidated, both of those operations. Joint training for Public Works employees. Now, Public Works is no different in the county than
We're not trying to take over any departments, but why operate 2 fire academies and 2 police academies? Why have separate negotiations for rock salt? Why have separate training for Public Works? Public Works in the city is exactly like Public Works in the county.
In a statement this afternoon, Mayor Murphy said that Rotte has never consulted with him on any of the ideas and wondered whether this was, quote, a political maneuver of some kind, end quote. However, the mayor said he was open to new ideas if Rotte wanted to make some serious talks with him.
State law keeps ads for alcohol in bars out of the University of Pittsburgh student newspaper, but the school may have found a creative way around it. That story is next. First, though, your CBS Market Watch report.
Money Minute is brought to you by Citizens Bank.
Through an IRA, you can invest in a mutual fund for just a few $100s or even less. Almost half of all mutual funds have a minimum initial investment requirement of $1,000 or less. Yet CBS Market Watch says opening an IRA usually guarantees you a lower minimum deposit than if you invest in a regular taxable fund. There are a few fund families that will let you begin for as little as $25 a month. Now, if the minimum is $100 or less, there usually is a catch. You may have to sign up for an automatic investment plan in which your bank will send money electronically from your account on a periodic basis. So it does pay to shop around. I'm Bill Flanagan, and that's today's Money Minute.
Tomorrow at 5.
I get migraines. My wife gets migraines.
But adults aren't the only ones who get these painful headaches.
It usually feels like a hammer beating on my head.
Kids like Brianna get them too. So what causes migraines in kids? And what are doctors doing to help them? Watch Dr. Maria's special health team report tomorrow at 5.
It's too big to miss. The biggest inventory of new Toyotas ever offered with low 3.9% APR financing for 5 years. Thousands of best-selling Camrys at 3.9%. Thousands of dependable Corollas, 3.9%. Economical Echos, a completely new Matrix, even hot-selling Toyota Highlanders. All at 3.9% financing for 5 years. This is too big to miss, but it won't last long. So go for your new Toyota now. Don't miss it.
Oh, I am a tough customer. I know what I want. And when I'm ready to buy carpet, I want expert advice. That's why I came to Roth. They had the carpet I wanted at the price I wanted.
Save on carpet made with Anso nylon. Tough by nature, fashionable by design. Now get 3 rooms of carpet for just $6.99. Installed in 6 days, or it's free. And now through Monday, get free 6-pound pad with your installation. Plus our low price guarantee. Only at Roth.
The day's top stories and the AccuWeather forecast beamed directly to your digital cell phone. To register now for KDKA's wireless news link, log on to KDKA.com.
The original Whopper sandwich at Burger King. America's favorite burger. With flame-broiled beef, fresh lettuce and ripe tomatoes. And with fries and a drink, it's the ultimate value meal. Right now, get the original Whopper Junior value meal with small fries and drink for just $1.99. The original Whopper value meal with medium fries and drink for just $2.99. Or the original double Whopper value meal with large fries and drink for just $3.99. Only at Burger King, home of the Whopper.
There's something out there striking fear into the hearts of Buick dealers everywhere. Number 1 Cochran, the biggest GM dealer around, just added Buick to its Monroeville lineup. Great news for Buick buyers, frightening news for Buick dealers. At Number 1 Cochran, we're celebrating our Buick edition with Big Subtraction. Save $6,500 on Pontiac Grand Ams and GMC Envoys. $7,000 on brand new Buicks. Save as much as $11,000 now at Number 1 Cochran.
Well, they believe they may have found a clever way to get around a federal court order banning alcohol ads in the school newspaper. The Pitt News came up with the idea to run a column called Drink Specials. The column features ads on discount drafts, coverage charges, and other bar-related news. Pitt News came up with that idea after it unsuccessfully tried to challenge the law, maintaining that it violated free speech.
Well, I'm sure you're aware that the gasoline in your car is not getting any cheaper. We've managed to find a few stations selling it at maybe a little better price. AAA says the best price is $1.62 per gallon, and we've been checking for lower gas prices. Here's what we found. At the Sheetz on Route 65 in Baden, you can get unleaded regular gas for $1.50 per gallon, and you go the other way to Pleasant Hills, a Gulf station on Route 51 says they'll match that price, and there's a Sunoco station on Route 51 in Practice Road in Jefferson Hills where a gallon of regular unleaded gas is selling for $1.57. And if you find gas price below the average, let us know. You can send an email at cheapgas@kdka.com if you care to do so. And we'll be back in a moment with Jeff and the AccuWeather forecast for another beautiful night in Pittsburgh.
They're not physically able to skate, but they do love playing hockey, don't you? I'm Dave Crawley, a Sled Hockey Day in Pittsburgh. Coming up.
Hang out with Bubba Booey in Center Square, Simon Cowell on the Hollywood Squares College Tournament.
Weeknights at 7:30.
CBS Friday, Star Search is back. Live! With new comedians, new singers, and a special new category. Join Arsenio Hall for the all-new Star Search.
Then, to solve a murder, this ex-cop and ex-con have become partners. But what's really unbelievable is the killer's identity. He's a cop. All-new hack. And CSI's on a special night. And there's no telling what the clues will reveal.
I need you to strip.
What? Vegas. Star Search, all-new hack and CSI on a special night Friday.
It's our monster truck sale at Pittsburgh's Ford Truck Headquarters, Bolton Ford and Washington Ford.
Choose from a huge selection of F-Series, Rangers, Expeditions, Escapes, Explorers, and more.
Every new truck, SUV, and certified pre-owned vehicle are marked down for our monster truck sale.
Discounts up to $7,000 and financing as low as 0%.
Don't miss this sale.
Pittsburgh's award-winning Blue Oval certified Ford dealerships, Wilson Ford, Exit 55, I-79, Heidelberg.
And Washington Ford, Route 19, Washington.
Looking for your dream home? Take a look at 45 homes in just 30 minutes. Howard Hanna's Showcase of Homes, Sunday at 11:30 a.m. right here on KDKA-TV 2.
Don't miss the best Toyota has to offer, like Toyota Corolla, named Best Compact Car in Initial Quality 3 years in a row. Or the truly different Matrix, a Consumer's Digest Best Buy. Don't miss the best values at your Toyota dealer.
Cool cars, hot cars, see them all at the Auto Show, February 15th through the 23rd in Pittsburgh's new convention center. Let's go to the Auto Show.
Attention minivan buyers, save up to $7,000 and get a $1,000 U.S. savings bond this week when you buy America's best minivans, Chrysler Voyager and Town & Country. Only at Chrysler Jeep West. $3,500 in rebates, 0% financing for 60 months, $770 limited warranty, up to $7,000 in savings, and a $1,000 U.S. savings bond. It won't get any better than this. This week only at Bill Catrone's Chrysler Jeep West.
Here's the AccuWeather Advantage.
All right, the sunshine and the near seasonal temperatures today actually made it bearable to be outside for an extended period. And these kids in Penn Hills enjoyed themselves out in the snow, which was perfect for making snowballs and snowmen because it has a high moisture content as the snowmelt is now underway. The official high temperature, 39 degrees at the airport this afternoon with plenty of sunshine. Normal high is 40 degrees, so we were within a degree or two of actually being normal this afternoon. Right now we're at 37 degrees. Weather window indicates a mostly clear sky and winds now coming out of the south at 5 miles an hour. Right now in Clarion, it's 35 degrees, 37 for you in Beaver. Monroeville's at 38, and Waynesburg also at 38 degrees. We check out a few more temperatures in Armstrong County. Ford City is at 37, also 37 in Bridger Country, 36 for you in Washington and Jeanette. Westmoreland County at 38 degrees. Right now in KDKA's local cast, a clear sky overhead, and that's really going to be the case for probably the next 12 to 15 hours. Overnight tonight and through the morning hours tomorrow, we still should see plenty of sunshine. But as the day wears on, AccuWeather is forecasting for clouds to start increasing first to the south and then working their way north. And by 2 o'clock tomorrow, skies will become cloudy and remain that way through the remainder of tomorrow afternoon. We pick up the story 2 o'clock tomorrow with our local cast precipitation projector. Despite the fact that it will be cloudy, it will be dry. Then as we head through the afternoon and tomorrow evening, moisture will begin to build. And by 9 o'clock tomorrow, we see the leading edge of the rain showers beginning to spread across Allegheny County and points south. And that precip line will eventually work its way north, and rain will overspread the entire area tomorrow night into Saturday. Here's the official storm track from AccuWeather. Friday at 7, the actual storm is way down south, but the moisture from the Gulf of Mexico is streaming north. By 7 a.m. Saturday morning, steady rains arrive locally here with the storm tracking through the Tennessee River Valley. Then by 7 p.m. Saturday night, the storm is set to track within 50 or 60 miles of western Pennsylvania. If it tracks a little farther west, our rains will be a little lighter. If it tracks directly overhead, expect heavy rains at times. And then as it starts to pull towards the north, colder air is going to wrap around on the backside, and rain will eventually change over to snow showers overnight Saturday night, so by the time you wake up Sunday morning, the colder air will be in place and continue to wrap around. Any leftover moisture will be in the form of snow showers during the day on Sunday. And right now, the best guess from AccuWeather in terms of how much rain we'll get, right around an inch as this storm moves by over the weekend. So the AccuWeather forecast tonight, mostly clear and chilly, 22 the low temperature. Then for tomorrow, we'll start off with sunshine. That'll fade behind clouds, but mild, 44 the high. Tomorrow night, AccuWeather says rain will begin arriving mid to late evening. And then fog will also form, 37 the low temperature, and your AccuWeather 5-day forecast. Saturday's a wet one no matter how you cut it. Just how much rain we get depends on the track of that storm. Farther west, less. Overhead, more, 42 degrees the high. We cool off on Sunday to 35 with flurries. Chance for a few snow showers Monday, 28, and Tuesday, 25 degrees with sunshine. So this storm system develops as we go through the hours. Of course, we'll have a better handle on things this time tomorrow, but that's the way it stands right now.
Okay, thanks very much.
Well, the Penguins did what they had to do the other night.
And they have to do it again tonight. Bob is live at the Mellon Arena with sports. Bob?
Yeah, Patrice and Stacey, you can really say, based on the schedule, that every night is a playoff hockey night for the Penguins right now. Tonight, no exception. The red-hot Colorado Avalanche in town. This is a team that has not lost in their last 13 games, even without their leader, Joe Sakic. And they have had a lot of success here in Pittsburgh, where the Penguins have really been buried by the Avalanche. They haven't lost here since moving to Colorado. The last loss against the Penguins all the way back in 1995. The Penguins had some hope that Marty Straka would be able to play here tonight, but that will not happen. He continues to have some problems with his injured hamstring. He will not be in the lineup tonight. But Paul Steigerwald is always in the lineup. He joins me right now. And how about that line of Forsberg with Duke and Tanguay? That's really one of the best in the league right now.
Yeah, we'll have to get to them in a moment, but they are a hot line, the hottest in the NHL. And, you know, when you got a line going like they are right now, and you got a team playing the way the Avalanche are playing, and the Penguins desperately trying to get into a playoff chase, you know, coming off 2 straight wins, but going up against a great team like this, that's a lot of pressure on the goaltenders who've been playing very well.
I know there's a challenge for us.
for me or Coroner or Seabass, whoever's going to be in there to come out and try to steal the games for us. And these are some very good opponents we're up to. But for me, it seems like we're playing our best too when we're up for these challenges.
Goaltending, Patrick Waugh, the winningest goaltender of all time, playing tremendous hockey, his best hockey of the year right now. He's played more games than any other goaltender, and yet today in the warm-up, he just was working so hard, moving pucks off the glass. You saw that, testing the bounces on the glass, then down on his knees a little bit later, taking shots without a stick, from his goaltending coach, Jacques Cloutier, who's an assistant coach here. So this guy never stops working, and he's just a great, great goaltender. And, of course, the Penguins go into this game tonight facing that line we talked about, and Milan Hajduk is their top goal scorer. He talks about what's made them so good lately.
I don't have any explanation for that. It's like it started working all of a sudden. We score some goals, and we are playing with confidence right now. Seems like we are in the right time, in the right spots. The give-and-go game works, so I don't know, pucks are going in. It's tough explaining why. It does right now.
That's Milan Hajduk. And Bob, interestingly, the Avalanche came in here last year, shut the Penguins power play down on opening night, and Rob Blake, their tough defenseman, went right after Mario Lemieux on the boards. So watch for that here tonight. Every time Mario moves the puck on the power play, he's going to get hit. So I think he's going to have to move around tonight if the Penguins are going to be successful in the power play.
Also have a chance to see Rick Tocchet behind the bench. He's an assistant coach for Tony Granato and Colorado. All right, Steggy, thanks. The Pirates continue to revamp their roster. We told you about the acquisition of Reggie Sanders yesterday. But how about this? GM David Littlefield may not be done yet, even though his outfield is loaded. Kenny Lofton is still available, and before you think this won't happen, remember, the Pirates can always eventually trade someone else, either now or at the trading deadline, and now it appears as if Lofton has renewed interest in the Pirates after they signed his teammate from 1 year ago, Reggie Sanders. First, it was Annika Storenstam, and now it looks like it's going to be Brian Contact, yeah? We have a guy who wants to compete on the ladies' tour, even though the LPGA bylaws say no men allowed. Contact says he will challenge that ruling after Sorenstam got a sponsor's exemption to play in the Colonial Classic on the PGA Tour in May. Well, over at the Pitt Panther basketball practice today, Brandon Knight had a message to send to the people who have apparently jumped off the Pitt bandwagon based on some recent losses.
Who should we really appease? You know, I'm not trying to please nothing against any of you guys in here, but I don't have to please any one of you in here. You know, my job is to make sure all my teammates are happy and that we're winning, you know, and whether we shoot well, whether we don't, our job is just to win.
Well, everyone knows the Steelers' biggest need right now on defense is the safety position, but at least two of the top potential free agents are not going to be available in the open market. That's because both Donovan Darius of the Jags and Tabucky Jones of the Patriots will stay with their team after both guys were given the franchise label. That means they won't be available on the open market. We've also just learned now that Neil O'Donnell has been removed from the Titans roster, so he is now out of work temporarily. That's the latest. I'm Bob Pompiani. Back with more right after this.
Hey, honey, I just bought a race car.
A race car?
Cadillac Seville, Stabilitrack 2.0, and the powerful Northstar V8 Standard.
Yeah, honey. It's a race car.
Breakthrough.
Current Cadillac owners or smart lease lessees can lease a new 2003 Seville SLS for about $469 a month at your Cadillac dealer.
Click on KDKA.com for news, weather, sports, and our new Hometown Classifieds. Buy stuff, sell stuff. A basic listing with a photo is only $8. Membership is free. Hometown Classifieds, only on KDKA.com.
Seven Springs has snow.
You're watching KDKA-TV News, our area's most trusted and most watched news team.
Just breathe. Are you ready?
Hey, baby. It's your appetite. I say we get 2 Arby's sourdough melts for $3.
Oh, yeah.
Ooh, I know you want that, baby.
Do we have time?
That's why they invented drive-thru.
Get 2 Arby's sourdough melts for $3 only for a short time.
You want a bite?
Give in to your grown-up tastes.
It's too big to miss.
The biggest inventory of new Toyotas ever offered with low 3.9% APR financing for 5 years. Thousands of reliable, dependable Toyota Corollas, all new for 2003. Selling now at 3.9% APR financing up to 5 years. Hundreds of Toyotas completely new Matrix, part sports sedan, part SUV, and all with 3.9% 5-year financing. This is too big to miss, but it won't last long. So go for your new Toyota now. Don't miss it.
What's on tonight? Brought to you by the Skin Center, Pittsburgh's premier medical spa. Visit the Skin Center and let the experts customize a skin rejuvenation program for you.
Youngsters with disabilities used to have to sit on the sidelines. That was before sled hockey. Dave Crawley visits Blade Runners in Harmerville for the story of the mighty Penguins.
Zach Harding arrives for the hockey game, but not as a spectator. Same goes for Brittany McFadden and Jason Dean.
He didn't let anything get in his way.
Each kid has a different reason why he or she can't walk without assistance, but they love sled hockey.
Since I hadn't been able to play basketball, it's been a great alternative for me.
Zach's dad coaches the team that meets in Harmerville every Thursday afternoon.
You all scoot it up. You're off.
Cut down hockey sticks propel them into position. They use the other end to score.
Keep that speed up around the turns, guys.
Their disabilities have not quenched their competitive spirit.
They love it. They love it. They love the speed. They love going faster. How can I go faster? How can I go faster? And scoring. How can I score?
The moms get almost as much of a kick out of sled hockey as their kids.
It gives them self-esteem, and it gives him good exercise. So this is his way of being an athlete.
Wait, no, come here, guys. Come here, we're gonna start you off, let's go.
Their heroes are the American sled hockey team that captured the gold in the Paralympics.
I hope to make the Paralympics in the year 2006.
You think it looks easy? Try it. And I'm not just talking the arms and shoulders. My abs are going to be sore for a week. Sorry about that.
Why watch hockey when you can play the game?
It's a lot of fun. It's just fun sport.
Reaching their goals on a great day for sled hockey. I'm Dave Crawley.
Great story. That is the news for now. The CBS Evening News is coming up next.
We hope you'll join us tonight at 11. Until then, have a pleasant evening.
If you see news happening, call 1-800-TV2-2222 or Star TV2 from your cell phone.